there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. We got the 2019 Chevrolet. It's got the big 5.3, and naturally all the lights are on. It's got no power steering and a whole bunch of stuff flashing on the dash. The thing's kind of a monster because you'll drive down the road with it and all of a sudden it yanks the steering wheel out of your hands and hang on baby, we're heading for the ditch. It's not super scary, but it's enough to be concerning. It's pretty weird. All of a sudden the steering wheel just jerks like that and it, yanks it right out of your hand, and then the message pops up, power steering assist soon or some crap like that. Service trailer brakes, all these lights come on, and the guy's getting pretty terrified to drive it, so he wants us to take a look at it. I did call down to our local Chevrolet dealer, asked him if there's any open recalls on the vehicle before we get started, and they said nope, all the recalls on this vehicle have been satisfied. So that should clear that up. That's it. I got the Altel hooked up. It's reading the codes out here. Looks like it's got a bunch of them, 45 of them it says. So let's see if we can figure this out. It seems all too familiar. I think we've done videos on the previous body style for that ground strap that would rot off from the passenger side fender well down to the frame. Get a lot of voltage drop there, and that would make things go haywire. And this seems to be pretty similar to that. Let me fire it up for you and we'll see if it's doing it right here. Did just a short drive around town and acted up, so it's got almost 57K on her. Hit the button. Oh, yep, okay, it's broke. Good. So we have no steering. Service to power, oops, the gauge is just reset. That's a big clue. So that I'll go back. Service trailer brake, check. Hood open, check. No assist soon, check. Alright, you see what just happened there, old son? Service theft deterrent, service safety system, service tire monitor, fuel level low. All the gauges quit. Let's turn the headlights off. Let's take our foot off the brake. Service steering column lock. I think I see what's happening. Foot's back on the brake. Headlights on, high beams on. Oh. Everything's shutting off there. See all the gauges quit. Let's turn the headlights off, take our foot off the brake. Just as I suspected. Let's go for this one. Let's go rear window defogger. Turn the blower on high. Whoa, it's right in my face. Put on the brake. Headlights on, high beam. Jerk the steering wheel. Turn it off. Turn that off. Turn all that off. You guys thinking what I'm thinking? Foot's back off the brake. Oh, that's all good. Foot's back on the brake. Everything's gone. You thinking what I'm thinking? Who's with me? So what, I guess we'll talk a process out loud here. What are we doing when we're stepping on the brake and turning on the headlights and turning on the rear window defogger and turning on the blower motor? We're stressing it out, man, electrically. So stepping on the brake does a lot of different things. One of those, which is turns on the brake lights, sends a lot of signals other places. Turning on the headlights, another big current consumer. Rear window defogger, if it elects to turn on, it's 85 degrees, so it may not. Blower motor on high. We're putting a high electrical stress on this thing because I suspect that we're going to find some kind of voltage issue. I can't imagine that he's had 37 different modules all go bad at the same time. We're not the Chevy dealer. We're not going to say that. But let's do some preliminary checks. Let's see how many, see what these codes are, these 45 codes it has. And if they're all kind of wonky, weird voltage codes and this and that, we're going to start out right at the basics. We're going to do some voltage drop testing. That's what I would say. That's my plan. We're sticking to it. Let's move the King Joy over here. Okay. Let's go get our report card. Might even have more codes in it now that we've fiddled with it. Let's see. Fuel level sensor control module, too many resets. Fuel pump driver control module system, low voltage. Incorrect EEPROM programming, high temperature, voltage not plausible. Circuit control, or C power brake control circuit, system voltage low. Lost comm with power steering module. Bunch of lost comms, control module circuit voltage low. Power circuit low input. Power steering malfunction level 3. Wow, felt like a level 4 when it about put me into the trees. Low voltage. Well, everybody's not happy here. Lost comm with BCM, lost comm with cluster. Everybody's losing comm with everybody. Lost comm. Alright, we got a bunch of lost comm crap. Tell you what, let's not even look at data, let's do some basic checks. Lucky for us, we still got our leads out here from our last job. We'll get them plugged up. Gotta flip this around so I can see you guys. We'll plug it up, as they say. We already cut the key on. I'm trying to use some southern terms. Like to be multilingual. I don't know if that counts. Okay, so we're going to use our DVOM. Where did our pointing apparatus go? We'll go here. We're going to go to our multimeter. We're going to do just some basic voltage drop checks. So we're going to check the differential between battery negative and like engine block, frame, and body. We'll just do those. We'll stick this over here. We want our scale here. We'll go on a 3-volt scale, just in case it's excessive. 0 to 3. Everybody looks good. We can do, this is just regular battery voltage. It's gonna 12. I thought it was higher than that on the, let me get to the center of the battery. Okay, 12.12 battery stud to battery stud. Okay, let's, shouldn't be much current flow right now, so this test is probably gonna be invalid. Center of battery to alternator case, battery negative. Okay, but we don't have the engine running. We'll go to the frame. So these tests, we just have the key on, so 7 millivolts. Let's go ahead and start it up and just do our ground side voltage drop test. All right, we got the old washing machine ticking away here. Negative to negative. Okay, that's only 30 millivolts. That's not bad, old son. And then we'll go from center of negative battery terminal to the frame here, or to the body. 8.67 millivolts. So that's really good. Double check this engine block again. 30 millivolts, okay. Let me get to the frame of the vehicle. You guys stay right there. That's not gonna work, real good. You can't see it, you ding dong. I'll tell you what it is. If it's something amazing, I'll tell you. Oh, wait a minute. Just a minute, folks. Trying to reach the frame. Oh, Houston, I think we have a problem. Let's set this. This is just like that other Chevy we did. You remember that when the dealer quoted them $3,000 to do the power steering module, the fuel pump module, the transmission module, all these modules that were bad supposedly. I think we got the same thing. I'm going negative battery to the frame. Actually, let me get my little stool. Yeah, we can see the frame here. I can see the top of the frame. Center of negative battery. Top of the frame. 1 volt. That's a lot. Where does that, where does the ground wire on this one go to the frame? I don't, oh, is it the same? Is this the same? Is this the same as that one that we did? This is a stupid video for this because it's the same dang thing. I see a green crusty braided ground strap down there. I crawled under this in the parking lot, looked for it, and I didn't see it. Because when he told me about it, that's what I wanted to look for. I thought it was behind the fender liner. Yeah, it looks green and crappy. Let's go down there and have a look. Let's shut this thing off first. I feel like a ding-dong if I just made a video about one I've already done. I feel like an idiot. I went out in the parking lot and I pulled back that fender liner. And I didn't see it, but that looks like our cable that goes from to the frame. Let's see if it's bad. Oh. Yep. Yeah, it's bad. Another day, another Chevrolet. There it is, folks. Just another rotted out ground strap. So yeah, super piss poor engineering on GM's part. You want to see how this all goes and perhaps how I come across this the very first time I came across it, I'll link that video as a thumbnail that looks like this, me holding the ground strap. But yeah, the last time we did a video on this, the GM dealer screwed this guy out of $3 grand. Told him that he needed all the modules, if you can believe that. If you want to keep your Chevrolet stock, order that number right there, the 8449-8265. That's going to be the OEM part number for this strap. You know, if you like changing them every few years, or you know, have random out of control steering. In case you don't want to go watch that other video, it bolts on right here on the front of this body mount, and then goes up into the fender liner onto that stud up there, right there. So I just didn't feel like pulling the tire and pulling the fender liner out of this one, so we used the old long dong to reach up in there. So it's your classic Astro Tools 1120. Thing's a monster. I love this thing, not gonna lie. It's one of my favorites. If you want to make the permanent fix, we just stick a 4-gauge cable up in there. You probably can't see it very well. There, now you can see it, and it bolts on down there. Just clean up where it bolts on. If you want the part number for that, on your local napper, get this baby right here, your 711 294, 4-gauge, 14 inches long. It's got a little bigger than 5/16 ends on each side. Tighten it right down. Robert's your mother's brother. Get this wire down here. Oh, I left it over here. Alright, we should be able to clear the codes. It's interesting that they don't recall this. I'll be honest with you, folks. I took this thing I should have took you guys for a drive with it. It's pretty freaking wild when that cuts out and just grabs that steering wheel. So I could imagine some little lady. I was kind of expecting it because that's what the guy was telling me, but what a pathetic car company, in my opinion. Strictly my opinion. Oh, we can steer now. Let's go ahead and clearing the codes out of it right now. And then we're gonna go take it for a shakedown. And we'll give you our closing thoughts. All right, here we go. Let's take it for a rip there, bud. All right, no lights on and we can steer. Hurrah. Hurrah. Just mixed up a hooray with a huzzah and came up with hurrah. Maybe that's where that word originated from. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt I just discovered that. I don't think we need to go very far. We know we fixed it. When you got 1 volt of voltage drop across your frame just sitting there at an idle, that's pretty bad, my guy. Yeah, I should have took you guys for a little rip there when we first did it, because I came around this same block and I was just coming around there, and boy, that thing, you know, you're kind of leaning into it, man. When that, I think it's when the power steering cuts off, it's pretty sketch. So we'll leave it at that, folks. Pretty easy, just kind of, you know, pattern failure, you know, dealership type stuff here. We still verified that was the issue, though. You don't want to jump to the conclusions when you're working on these or anything else. It was, I think it was the body style prior to this, like the 15s, 18s, somewheres in that neighborhood. Maybe it's a style, I don't know. I've ran into those where they have some voltage drop on the positive side, that little short red cable that they stuff up there on the battery. I've seen that where it looks perfectly intact. Connections are clean, everything. You know, when you go to do, you got some weird stuff happening, things aren't turning on, you know, 10 different modules, everybody's complaining about, you know, low voltage and stuff. We'll do a voltage drop test, center of the battery, like over to the fuse junction on top of the battery. It was like, you know, 8 volts of voltage loss. And you're like, how can that be? You can see the cable, it's this long. Cable's junk. You push on it with your finger and all of a sudden, bing, 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 everything comes back to life. So really kind of some bizarre stuff. Don't ever assume on these. I think they have a bolt-in for that one even. I don't know as if they've came out with a bolt-in for this, but this one here, this is borderline and should be a recall, just because, you know, when that cuts out, if you have, you know, constant pressure on your steering wheel, you're wondering what the hell just happened. Now all of a sudden the thing turns back on, and then, you know, things can get real stupid. So, but I'm sure in typical GM fashion, they won't recall it because they never recall stuff like this until, you know, somebody gets pasted and blasted through the windshield. Then we'll recall it. I think that's it. And, you know, I'm just waiting on you now to go in the comment section. Leave your question, your comment, Insta, Facebook, you know the routine. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.